But I want to start here with the Military Bowl. Virginia Tech, a 10.5-point favorite over Tulane. And this game carries an over-under of 44.5 points. It kicks off Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. They played this one in Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. Yeah, it's a mouthful there, but that is home to Navy in Annapolis, Maryland, one of 13 FBS venues that also hosts a bowl game. Now, we are looking at some rain and some wind for this game. Sustained winds between 13 and 15 miles an hour, maybe peaking a little bit more than that. We're talking wind gusts well into the 20s, of course, as well. And there is a good chance of rain during this game. So keep in mind, outside weather factors, this was already projected to be a pretty low-scoring game, but also the rain and wind has driven this total down a little bit. Now, with Tulane, there's a lot to go over. A lot of changes going on with the Green Wave. Head coach Willie Fritz, of course, is off to Houston, and he's taking most of his staff with him. Star quarterback Michael Pratt opted out of this game. Top wide receiver Chris Brazzell left for Tennessee. In total, 10 starters will be out for Tulane due to transfers, NFL, some injuries. In the wide receiver room, the cupboard is left pretty bare here. Lawrence Keys hasn't played since week 11, and Jaquan Jackson is out for transfer too. So we're talking about one of their top 4 pass catchers actually potentially available for this game. As a result, we've seen Virginia Tech on the rise. They did open as a 4-point favorite. Like I said, now up to 10.5. That may climb. We'll see. However, on the other side, if we're looking at quarterbacks here, Kai Horton, his name is in the transfer portal, but the reports are that he is practicing with the team. Look, he's a capable player. He played pretty well in Michael Pratt's absence earlier in this year. If he suits up, I think Tulane is in a little bit better spot than maybe we initially assessed here. If they were down to quarterback 3, it would be full panic button, red alert for Tulane there. Now, the Hokies, they are without 2 of their starting safeties, but otherwise, mostly intact for this game. A tight end, I think, is in the portal as well. I like the direction that this team is headed under Brent Pry. He's done a fantastic job with this program. It was at the absolute low of Virginia Tech football, and he's starting to pull them in a good direction. They after Kyron Drones, the new quarterback here, took over and got a couple of starts under his belt, Virginia Tech really beat the teams they should have, and also lost to the teams you put should in quotes, but teams that were better than them. They lost those games, but they took care of business against weaker opponents. With a total this low, and we're talking about spread this high, and Kai Horton possibly playing in this game, I do lean Tulane plus 10.5 at this juncture. Offensive coordinator Slade Nagel, he is the de facto head coach, the interim head coach for this bowl game. He's not staying in New Orleans after this year, but he is not going with Willie Fritz to Houston. The word is, though, most of the staff following Fritz to Houston will coach in this game first, so they are not on the recruiting trail as much. They will stay with Tulane through the bowl game. Like I said, Horton is capable. He was the quarterback for the Ole Miss game, so I do like Tulane with the points when we're talking about point total this low at this juncture.